Hello. Hey. So, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about why do guys keep coming back around when they don't want to commit, when they say they don't want a relationship, but they keep coming back around. Maybe they keep texting, they keep visiting, and you're wondering what's going on and why this is. And maybe it's driving you insane, like it does a lot of my clients that I speak to. So, if you are perhaps new to this channel, I'm Jay Diamond. I'm a dating and love coach, very straight talking, and yeah, let's just dive into it. So, what I find is with my clients and the women in my group is they can make a lot of stories that make them feel good around why this guy comes back around. They say things like, well, maybe he's just scared of his feelings and he's like, he's going hot and cold because he's afraid of how he feels about me. And then other ones might say, well, we're probably twin flames because this relationship has been really difficult, and it's we're just magnetically drawn to each other, so we must be twin flames. What are some of the other things that I hear? Let me think. um we must be meant to be together because we always find our way back towards each other. And I understand it. I really understand that we really want to get why it keeps happening, especially when we've got a very strong chemistry with someone. We want to make it mean something when there's a strong chemistry with someone. Now, this doesn't mean that, I'm saying that if somebody comes back, it's an absolute no. And I'm not really that kind of person who's like, once you cut someone off, you never connect to them again. It's not really about that. It's really, is this a relationship that is good for me? And do this person's actions match his words? This is one of the big things I want you to think about. Because one of the biggest and main reasons that a guy keeps coming back around is sex. I mean, it's not rocket science. People like sex. And so maybe the sex was good. It's either great sex or it's available sex. And if it's great and it's available, why would they not want to come back around and scoop it up? So if you're a person who wants to have a relationship, and you have to assess, why is this person coming back? Now, if you want to have great sex with this person, by all means do it. But don't make it mean anything that it isn't, and tell a story about how you're meant to be together because the sex is good. So that's the first one. They come back around for sex because you let them, because you do, because you probably enjoy having sex with them. um and we're all adults here, but it doesn't mean that they're in love with you because they keep coming back for that. The second one is emotional support, and this is really interesting, um because a lot of women don't understand that. A lot of women don't get it, and some ladies in particular. So I have a quiz. It's called Why Are You Still Single? And it teaches you about the four archetypes. It will actually help you identify your single archetype. So we've got the noble nurturer, the sultry dreamer, the golden go-getter, and the clever clueless. And the noble nurturer type, if that's you, what you might find is this man and various men in your life seem to find their way back into your company when they need a pick me up, when something isn't going quite right, when, they're in a difficult spot. And it feels good to you because you think, oh my God, they trust me enough to come to me. And that obviously we've got a special relationship because this is serious stuff and he comes to me. Yet when he's feeling good, he's not around anymore. Suddenly he's becoming distant. Suddenly he's got other interests. When life is going great for that person, it's like, they should want to share that with you. If this is a relationship that's based on love, that's based on mutual respect, that's based on a deep connection, then you want that person to be in your life whether things are going good or bad. Not just, I need you to come and pick me up. And then, if you're a person who has that very compassionate energy and very nurturing energy, Unfortunately, some people can just take, 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 and take. So that's another reason that sometimes men come back around. They want a bit of emotional support, they want a bit of comforting, they want a bit of nurturing. They're not going to get that from the guy friends. And if it comes with sex as well, then even better for it. And once they're back on the feet and they feel great again, off they pop, leaving you wondering what just happened. So I want you to be aware of that. Another reason that men come back around is because they've been seeing someone else. So often when there's a bit of an on again and off again relationship, and when they're on, they're all it's all on, and you're together all the time. And then when they're off, you don't hear from them at all. They never call you, you never text. They never text. You don't know where they are. They're almost always with somebody else. Not every time, but almost always. They're with someone else. And when that isn't going well or they've had a bust up, they come to you. I'm sorry if that stings. There's probably a place deep inside you where you know that it's true. The knowledge is power. So this can be another thing. Or they've got an on and off relationship with another person, with another woman, and when things aren't going great, they get a bit of a mix. They come to you, they get the nurturing, they're actually complaining about their partner, or what they're saying is an ex-partner, and you hear all of this stuff, and before you know it, they're back together. And some of the women that I work with, because they have a prove it streak, they think they have a one-upman, like a one-upmanship. They have a one-up on this other woman because he keeps coming back to her, not realizing that he keeps going back to her. And he complains to you, and you mop up all the toxic energy. And then when he feels clear again, he goes back. So you're not winning over another woman when he comes to you. He's just, having his cake and eating it because you let him. He's not prioritizing you, right? You're not getting his commitment. You're not going to love him enough that he suddenly sees the light. Very, very, very rarely have I seen it that, he leaves that woman for you, especially not after years of going back and forth. Sometimes this goes on for years. I know people who've done that. They go back and forth for years. Very rarely have I ever seen it, not unless that other woman kicks them out and will never have them back. Only then will he go and move in with the other woman. And that's because number one wouldn't have him back. You don't want to be in that position. Do not want to be in that position. Or sometimes somebody comes back around because they have been dating someone else. They're really interested in someone else, and you take their mind off them, unfortunately. So these are some of the reasons. I mean, obviously, if things feel very transparent, you wouldn't be confused. You wouldn't be really Googling, why is this person keep coming back around, if you have a very kind of conscious and transparent connection with this person. You can, if you have someone who, like, when he's in town, he comes and contacts you and that's it, then you know that, this isn't a relationship. This is a really great time that you guys are spending together. But just because it feels good doesn't mean that it's love. So what to do? Well, for you, one of the things that you need to think about is this the kind of relationship or connection that you really want? Like, does it serve me? Is the first question that you want to ask. Is this good for me? Could be the second question. Is this really good for me? Is this love or is it lust? And does he do what he says? Because what I've found in these kind of situations is guys can say all kinds of things when they want something. And when we want to hear it, or when you're feeling a bit lonely, you soak it all in because it's what you want to hear, but his actions don't match up. And it's really important that you put actions before words. People can say anything they want. It doesn't mean they're going to do it. So, is there a pattern where his words don't match his actions? And if there is a pattern, then it's time to close that door. You are the one who is in control of whether he has access to you. Women come to me and talk like, they're powerless. He keeps coming back. What shall I do? He keeps coming back. Stop answering his text. Stop answering his call. Take his number out of your phone. Block him. It's not hard. It's not hard if you're truly committed to finding a relationship with somebody who is high value and actually provides for you in the way that you want, loves you in the way that you want. If this person says one thing and does another, then he's not the dude, is he? He's just a guy with sweet talk, right? So have a really radically honest conversation with yourself, about this person. Is it good for you or not? And then you'll find that you feel so much more powerful inside of yourself when you start to make really clear decisions in your dating life and your relationship life that are actually based on what you want and what you need, not just who is around and who's contacting you at the time. So I hope that's helpful for you. I've got a freebie down below. Don't forget to subscribe, pop me a comment below. And yeah, there's a little freebie down below for you. So go and check that out.